So 4 for me.
And that puts it at 16,
Riz is
26,
in hot pursuit.
36. So third.
This is very watchman-like behavior up until the point where he reaches it, and then you all have no clue what to do.
All right, Drac.
Bribes have been paid in this situation.
Drac, you did not sign up for running through a forest. This is not even remotely close to anything you have ever wanted to do or have had experience doing, and you find yourself falling very, very far behind. You are much preferred used to running up the snowy slopes of Norska or even the rugged landscape of the World's Edge Mountains. This is some bullshit. Vertstat, you also find yourself falling quickly behind. You're managing to keep up a little better, due likely to the creature's inability to take as long as strides of you, but you are still falling really far behind. Drac's lagging a bit behind you, but the two of you find yourselves almost losing sight of the creature as it suddenly starts bounding forwards, seeming to adjust to the natural difficulties provided by the storm and the rain. And it launches forward, also seemingly energized as the lightning and thunder continues to grow in intensity. Wrist, you are just barely managing to keep up. You've got the elf in your sight. You're just following her at this point as she is leaping and bounding as fast as she can, trying to catch up with this thing. But despite your excellent efforts, Verv, it seems to almost somehow be staying ahead. It seems like the very storm that's driving you on seems to maybe have somehow passed on to it as well. Everyone roll again. Ooh, that's probably doom for it. That's an 84. That's not a good roll.
I am going to reroll.
Ah! And remember those messages. Actually, 1 second.
I
Hold on! Just wait.
Oh, wait. Alright. I will wait.
Mind me, when I inevitably fall behind, I'll just play solitaire until Sotek decides that I've caught him.
Well, good news, Dwarf. You have lost sight of it.
I imagine.
To solitaire I go. Well, you know how many games I beat by the time I get shot.
Cole, do you want to reroll?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yes.
So 4.
4. Alright, Wrist! As you're chasing after the elf, you stumble and fall to your knees, skidding through the mud, losing a significant amount of time as both the creature and Verve continue to bound away from you. And you catch them just going beyond a little bit before slowly climbing to your feet. Drac, you've completely lost sight, especially through the increasingly heavy rain of the two. The only thing you can see is Vertstat just a little bit ahead. Vertstat, you do see Wrist up ahead and are running to catch up with him, but you cannot see what's going on in the far distance. Verve, you have managed to run in reach of the creature. You have caught up with it.
I want to try and trip it.
Do you want to try striking it or just tripping it?
Well,
I'll rephrase. Do you want to try strike to kill or not?
Yeah.
All right. Roll a weapon skill check, or a you know what I mean, quarterstaff check, two-handed check, whatever it is.
Arm, actually.
Is this considered like a charge?
It is considered a charge. See, it rolled a 15 to dodge, so she'll have to roll really well to hit it.
Aww.
That's with your charge bonus?
Should.
No, that's only +5. It should be.
No, there's a plus 10. Her base is 38.
Yeah.
All right. So you bring your quarterstaff staff arcing down, but there's like a rumble of thunder, almost as if the storm seems to be warning it. And at the last second, it seems to throw itself aside as your staff thuds into the mud. But it does skid to a stop and stare at you. You may take one further action, or else the chase resumes.
All right. I know that electricity is going to be useless. So, my spell list shrinks infinitely. So I will both say as I attack again, there is nowhere to run. Nowhere that I will not find you.
Ooh, that's not a good roll. Roll it.
Wait a minute, roll.
No bonuses.
There you go.
All right. You, as the creature stops, lightning flashes in the sky, almost as if there's some sort of angry presence observing this altercation. And you step forward, bringing the staff up, and the creature lurches towards you, slashing out with one of its arms. But you bring your staff arcing down at just the precise moment, stepping aside, and slam your quarterstaff into its back with a sickening crunch, and it falls into the mud, motionless.
Can I hit it again before anyone else? I want to make sure this thing's down.
It's dead.
Okay. I will.
Vertstad and Wrist, you arrive right now.
I'll stand over it, but I'll have like my head up to the storm and the is there any way I could possibly like pull any of that into me,
Pull the storm into you?
or like at least the lightning?
It will take a very... You know what? Roll a... Let's do an extended check. Roll me a pray check, and then roll me a channeling check.
You praise.
Well, you're trying to summon lightning through the trees.
It's only a -1.
Okay, so it's going to depend on what you get for your... This is not going to be easy to do. So you do need to roll exceptionally well on your channeling.
Like that.
Coming this guy.
It's pretty good. Alright.
I was just expecting another miscast and then another mutant, just because that's how this game takes.
That would have been really funny for me. Verve, you call out with every essence of your being to the storm raging up above. And as Vertstad and Wrist come running up to where you're standing, a very brief, small, but noticeable flash of light will blind the two of them and yourself, as a very brief and small mote of lightning flickers through one of the trees, exploding it apart before slamming into you. Roll a whatever check I wrote down in your storm stuff.
Do you want me to?
Here, I'll just open it.
Yeah, I'm looking at, because you didn't say what type of roll.
Let me check. It's a cool check.
A cool check? Okay.
For this case, though, since it's physical, roll endurance.
Endurance?
Yeah, because this is not magical backlash. This is actual lightning.
When in doubt, use resilient. They are literally do the plot thing right buttons.
You could ask us each for help.
No.
That would be appropriate in this situation.
Yeah, because this is a big thing for me, so... Yeah, I'll use the resilience for this.
Okay. So what do you want to have rolled?
So what, like an 11 be?
I would probably say a 1 is fine.
Or 1?
All right. So as the lightning surges into your body, you find it to be a very pleasant and almost healing experience. And as you hold out your hands, the lightning courses across your body, and for a brief moment, some of it jumps from you to the body before you, and with a very abrupt surge of power, the body before you ignites with a bizarre bluish white flame that consumes everything it's touching very quickly. And as you start to calm down from the lightning coursing through your veins, you feel exhausted, but not in a physical sense. It's more like a spiritual, not depression, but fatigue. And as you start to calm down, you can hear the storm itself starts to calm down, and the rain becomes lighter, and everything slowly but surely goes quiet.
I'll let my shoulders kind of sag, and I'll let my head continue to kind of hang in the rain. But I will be quiet as the others are.
Drac, you catch up. You catch up with everybody else. The halfling and Bergstadt are
4 games of completed solitaire.
So Verstadt will say, Sigmar preserve us, as he sees this elf redirected by light.
Morris Teethus, he's still alive.
Does Drax arrive in time to see the lightning shenanigans?
You miss the lightning shenanigan, but you see the impressed people, and you see that there is a
Smoldering body.
yeah, pretty much. Any corruption that thing may have been capable of spreading is definitely gone now.
Ah, Verv, you in there?
I will turn to you and say, yes, master.
Are you okay? Do you need some kind of doctor?
No, I am.
Remember not to release your button too fast.
I said, no, I am fine.
Perfect.
How'd you manage to dodge that then?
Dodge
Could have
what?
swore it hit you.
The lightning? No. I did not dodge it. I accepted it.
I don't think that's how lightning works. You don't go sit down and become pals with it over dinner. Do you?
No. But I was...
You were what?
That I was born of this.
Oh, Verv, you also have a new lightning scar tattoo across your left cheek.
My left what?
Cheek! Face!
Cheek? Face? Okay.
Not the other cheek.
Okay. I will put a hand up to where it's burned and almost smile. Oh, no, I will smile. Oh,
Okay, this place is creepy. The rain's going away. There's lightning. It's dead, right?
Very much so.
Do we need to bring back proof or something, or is it just being dead good enough?
Drac will look at the body that's probably been turned to ash from the lightning bolt and go, what proof would you bring, Master Af?
I don't know. That's why I asked you.
Is there anything left, Sotek? Like a husk or anything?
Yeah, there's a body. Not a lot of defining features left.
Verstadt will take his dagger and try and cut off the head.
Make sure that you do not touch whatever's left.
Did you just say... Hold on. Hold on. Did you just say you were going to decapitate a dead mutant baby?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Let's just
let's get-
and move on
how-
with the game, please.
How about something smaller, Verstadt?
Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it.
Yeah, no.
Let's not bring back
No
the.
proof was required. Let's
Don't worry.
move-
I think they'll take your word for it. It's okay.
You mean
Move on.
that won't appreciate us? They won't appreciate us taking the most human portion back to show them?
Yeah.
hey, about your
Figure
kid.
out
Kid. Human
which one
word.
is-
I know this part of him looks normal, so I need you to take my word for it that it was really bad.
There was a very long tongue attached to that head.
Well, are you gonna take that part too?
Maybe.
Just wrap it around the head like a basket?
Aztec wins the let's do the most fucked up thing we can think of award. For
I
this
just want to
I
assure
didn't make this monster.
I just want to assure anyone watching that maybe likes babies. I adore babies. This one is mythical, therefore I have no emotional attachment to it. It's not real. Please don't take this as an advertisement to do this. Moving on.
Also, note how we're all trying to tell Aztec to not do this.
Well, I think Aztec just wants to make sure that people don't think y'all are liars and get hanged. Anyway,
Exactly.
You don't think anything's gonna come and, disturb its body, right?
I don't think
What would we do in a situation like this?
Burn it.
So
Well, I figured we'd burn it and then tell Frida, hey, we burnt it and it was right next to that new tree that's on fire and stuff because it got hit by lightning.
I think the lightning purged it of any chaos corruption, so I think we're good there.
that is true.
Is that how lightning works?
I don't
think
know.
that's what Sotek said happened.
Yeah, that's kind of what Sotek.
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
What did Sotek say happened to the tree? I wasn't paying attention.
it blew up a tree on its way in.
But you also
I'm
said
doing the hand wave.
that it cleared the corruption of anything this thing might have touched.
I mean, y'all could take it back if you really want to, but if you're going to, you can just take the whole thing. It's not going to hurt you. Or you could just tell Frida where it is, or you could say nothing. It's up to y'all.
Drac will tell Frida where it is, but he's not taking this thing back with him. He has way too much experience with mutants to think that is ever a good idea.
Verstadt sheathes his dagger and goes along with the party.
All right, and the only people to witness its death was Verve, right?
Yes.
All
That
right,
is correct.
Verve, I will need you to roll a cool check for that wonderful experience
For
you just had to go
murdering your
through.
own mutant, for murdering your own mutant baby.
Oh, I'm probably like horrified, but no,
Nope.
I don't
That
give a fuck.
well, I wouldn't put it that way. I would probably more advise that the storm as it surged through your bones granted you a sense of clarity and significance that this was the right thing to do in a very profound sense of your character's inner feeling. You don't feel great about the situation, and it was horrific, but you don't feel as if you've committed a great sin.
Okay.
It also
I
wasn't
feel like-
actually your baby in the first place.
That also helps. And you're also an elf, and it's a human, so...
I'll feel at peace. Basically. Like a weight's lifted off me.
Sure.
Great. Do any of you remember how to get out of here?
And so the party died in the middle of the woods.
They were never
Um,
seen again.
I blink around and say I don't even really remember getting here. Just running.
So Dick, is it still dark?
It's starting to brighten up.
Drac will just point the way they came and start walking.
Yeah, because that's never backfired.
We know we have to go west, and Rist always knows where north is, so you know.
That's true. I would probably let Riss lead the way then.
I will track.
Oh yeah, you have track. Yeah, that's plenty good to follow your way back.
It's almost as if the dwarf carving a path, not giving a shit about stealth, is useful or something.
In this rare instance, yes, that is correct. All right, so very, very easily and quite notably by following the dwarf's very deep footprints and his lack of observation or care for any of the poor plants that may or may not have unwittingly been in his way, you are all able to make your way back to the town of Hagerdorf. And there, as you emerge from the tree line, soaking wet, you see Frida standing by the house, waiting.
Risk will tiredly wave.
She sort of inclines her head and waits for the four of you to get closer.
I guess I'll go up to her first.
Versat is still kind of nervous around here, and we'll take up the rear.
All right. She nods as the three of you approach, and she says, "I take it it's done."
I will say yes. Cleansed and everything. Though you may still want to dispose of what is left.
She looks at each of you one at a time and says, "And where is what is left?"
Right next to the big exploded tree from lightning. About hour and a half that way.
She will nod as if she knows exactly what you're talking about, and then says, "Before you return, there is one other task I would charge you with."
Understood. What needs doing?
She turns and points at the center of the village where you see a building that is, even among the older buildings, it looks even older. It has every corner of this building, instead of being like a corner where stone meets, are instead where these massive oak trees have sprouted from the earth. And between them there are stones, creating a building where you see people filing in and out of through these large double doors. But there is a very wild sense to it. And she gestures to it. She says, "That there is a temple of sorts to the gods of this place, where we consummate the rituals that connect us with Tal and Raya to ensure that our people remain healthy, active, and one with the world that we live in. But something has happened that the people have remained unaware of by my omission, and I would like the four of you to resolve it." And she reaches down next to her and she picks up this fairly large, old-looking ornate bowl, seemingly carved from some kind of bone, though from what it may have originated is very difficult to tell. And she holds it out to you and she says, "In our temple there is a... excuse me. Where's my page? I suddenly forgot what it's called. Do 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 do. Let's see. Ta, 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 ta. Ah, she goes, in the temple we have what's called the Basin of Succor. It's an important part of our culture and a rite. The people tend to it every week, and they take from its offerings to thrive as best they can. But traditionally, during the summer, it's supposed to be filled with a very special wine that I have to create just for each season. But something's gone amiss. The ritualistic wine, the blessed wine that I created that should have lasted us through the summer, something happened. It's gone. It's just water. And she pauses for a good moment before saying, I need the four of you to go out to the sacred spring of Raya and fetch for me. Fill this bowl, bring it back so that I can create a new batch and hopefully prepare for the fall brew as well.
Where we're supposed to be filling the bowl from?
She inclines her head back at the forest you just walked out of and says, there is a path, but in order to find it, you will need to find it without my aid.
That makes things super simple. Can you give us any hints?
She quirks her head for a moment, and then she looks at Vertstadt before... you almost kind of hear the hint of a smile in her voice as she says, he is a child of Raya. He should be able to find the way.
The title of this episode, It's All the Wizard's Fault.
Oh, don't worry. Everyone's going to have their moment.
No more. I'm just planning on dying before mine comes about.
When she
does
just
this
called...
have to
Sorry.
be done tonight? This sounds like quite a walk if you can't go do it.
She shakes her head and she says, oh, no, it's not far. It's just that I can't go to it this time of year. Not now.
Is a child of Raya just a human, or is she saying something else?
That seems to be what she was inferring.
Okay.
Raya is the mother goddess. So yeah, she's spiritually every human's mom.
Alright, Verstappen will say, well, if it's not far, maybe we can get it done before the sunset.
The woman nods and says, please hurry. It's only a matter of time until the people might venture to that part of the temple unnoticed, and I would like to avoid any further scares. Everyone's already very tense. If people think the gods are abandoning them, I don't know if I can turn them aside from attacking the camp.
I understand.
She will continue holding
Back
out.
into the woods, everyone.
She will continue holding out the bowl for somebody to
Drac
take.
will take it.
Okay, Drac takes the bowl. It has an encumbrance value of 2.
Okay. It's a big bowl, but I'm a dwarf, so I don't give a shit.
It is a big bowl. It's actually surprisingly heavy. She made it look easy. All right. So, are the four of you just gonna head right back in?
Yeah, I think so.
Drac just sort of shepherding everyone back into the woods.
All right. As you start heading back into the forest, thankfully the skies are clearing up, and you can actually see the sky now, and you just see parting clouds, and there's plenty of blue sky and sunlight now. It is starting to get a little late. It's probably about 4 p.m. by now. And so you start walking into the forest. How are you going to find this place?